Alright, we are going to look at 1 Corinthians chapter 6 now. Paul is continuing on this dialogue of sexual immorality, and so he's specific in chapter 5. I just want to say something real quick. In Corinth, this was a trade route. This was on a trade route, and so it saw a lot of crazy people. A lot of people that were not concerned with morality, not concerned with doing what was righteous, and so it saw people that were just doing crazy things. So the church, it was very easy for the church to get pulled into that, and Paul is really calling them to account on that in chapter 6. One thing he deals with, and this is an interesting thing, in our culture we like to sue a lot, but he actually calls them in chapter 6 to not sue, and really he's talking about lawsuits among believers within the church. They're suing each other, and he's like, what kind of witness does this make for the rest of the world? And we should really think about that too. I mean, we're really called to be a forgiving community, and so as we see a potential for a lawsuit or something like that, what level can we forgive at? Can we take it all the way to the point that we can't even think about now? If somebody wrongs us, can we forgive them, especially within our community? Something else that he talks about, which I think is a beautiful thing, and it's really something that we've talked about some with some of you guys, is in 6:12. He says everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Everything on this world is permissible. Everything on this world I'm allowed to do. Any action, behavior, whatever. But it's not beneficial. And sometimes we think about that with like cussing. That's a simple one to think about. It's permissible that we might swear or might say something that that would offend someone or sin, but is not beneficial. And really what Paul is concerned with is our witness to the people in our community. So how are we doing with that? That's something to think about in chapter 6. How are we different? Are we suing everybody just like everyone around us, or are we not? And then he gets into sexual immorality at the end of that, and I would encourage you guys to read that as well. Or if you really think about sex, it's the only action, the only sin that's done to your body, where every other sin is sort of outside our body. If we're lying, we're hurting somewhere else. If we're shooting or killing somebody, we're hurting someone else. If we're coveting, well, we might be hurting ourselves a little bit, but it's outside our body. But sexual immorality is something that is directly related to our physical body. So think about that as well. And anytime we engage in those sins, it's very dangerous. All right, that's chapter 6. 7 is coming.